Here we go. Good morning. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe for Wednesday, the 10th of February, which is today for me. It looks like it's all working. I think. Wow, what's that about? So let's get some cards out for the collective. So as usual, I'm going to get cards out for the collective, do some channeling, get some messages through, see what the hell's going on. What the guys want to tell us about these changes that are happening right now or about to happen in the world. It's not happening right now. I guess changes are already going on within us. And if you want a mini read, then you can look at that pinned comment up there as I'm live. It tells you that they're by donation, and so you use the super chat or super sticker, or there's a PayPal link up there in that pinned comment as well. Donate any amount for one of them. If you've got a question for your higher self, or if you want a general read, if you want some general guidance from your higher self about now, then just put a Q in your comment at the start of it, the letter Q, and then I can find that comment easy, because often there's too many comments for me to read through now. Chicken's here. Chicken butt show. Just always got to get in on it now, right? Hey Linda, hey Timothy, how are you? Both. You good? Is anyone else there, or is it just us? Don't forget to click like on this video as well. It really helps out my channel when you do that kind of stuff. And comments as well on the videos too. I don't think the live comments probably do something too, don't they? I don't know. First card out, we've got the Threshold. How exciting. We're on the verge of something. We can feel it, can't we? Can you feel it too? I can feel it. Chicken can feel it. Hey Maria. We're on the verge of something. On the threshold of it. Big change coming in. Exciting change too. Good change. Positive change. That's what I'm feeling. Hey Will. Positive change is coming. We're being a part of that. We're leading the way in ourselves. Got to hold our vibration. It's very important to hold our vibration steady now. Not be reacting, especially the impatient stuff. Watch out for that. That could take you down. Been better. 8 are watching. We've got some lurkers. Some creepers. Let's get some more cards out. My next L'Occitane package has arrived, but it's down at reception. They're bringing it up to me today. So maybe it's going to arrive when I'm doing this. It's too big. It arrived when I was actually riding past from going to the post office myself. But it's too big for me to take on my bicycle. I haven't yet mastered putting a box on my head and riding straight. With a straight head. Can you hear me again? Can you hear me? Is the card that's come out. The feminine is calling out right now. Her energy is calling out anyway. Hi Arabella. Can you hear me? She sighs. I used to have a conch shell. Do you call them conch shells? I think you do. A massive one, like this. A pliable one with the end chopped off it, and you could play it. I've probably still got it in storage. It was Threshold, Linda. We're on Threshold or something. Can you hear me? See? She's getting a bit despondent now. She's like, where is he? Where is it? Where's my changes that I asked for? She's like that in this card. Can you hear me? Loneliness, cry for help, communication. It's not really a cry for help though. It's like I've put the work in. I'm waiting for what I've asked for. It's my turn to receive now. I know what I'm worth. I've done the work. Come on, universe, provide it for me. It's got to be here. I've got to manifest it now. And that means that the right conditions have got to be here on this planet for me to manifest it. So come on. It's more that. A woman floats in a seashell on the big sea. She looks to the horizon as if she's waiting for somebody. She's holding a trumpet in her hand, ready to blow it when the time comes. The ocean symbolizes her feelings, vast and seemingly unknowable. It surrounds her in an endless arc. She looks lonely and deserted, but she has a way of connecting a tool for turning passive silence into supportive communication. She does, doesn't she? She has a tool, she has a way of connecting, a tool for turning passive silence into supportive communication. How about that? That's what I'm doing. She just needs to raise her trumpet and call for help. Oh, does she? I've got to scream out for it a little bit more. Told my masculine yesterday I was healing the heart she's broken. Oh. Can you hear me? Where are ya? Chicken's licking her butt. Okay. So she's calling out, our energy, the feminine especially, is calling out, you know, I told you all that I've been told that that egg, the feminine is the one that brings things through from the other side. Because we birth spirits into this world. And now there's a great big egg. It's not just birthing children, it's our wishes, because we've put the work in, we've made the changes. And now we need to have those conditions change in the world to manifest what it is that we want for that. So we're birthing it, we're creating it. The divine feminine is creating it. Because remember, the divine feminine, rather than the muggle feminine, has got bigger energy. It's about our focus and our energy. When you have high vibe, you've got bigger energy. The universe pays more attention. So it's, I don't know how many muggles we wipe out with our energy when we've got high vibe, but it's quite a lot, I think. Chicken rocks. Hey, Paula. There's a chicken. Otherwise known as Tiki or Papa. What else have I heard you being called? I don't know. We've got this one. Yay. Loro Kidnell. I don't think I've seen her before. I say that to a lot of cards and I probably have, but I don't remember trying to pronounce that before. Oh. Nia Laura Kiddo. Transcendence, she is. Morning, Gabe. She's Indonesian. Mermaid goddess Niai Laura Kiddo is guiding you through this next stage of your life. Oh, she's new, isn't she? She's new in the cafe. So here's this new chick in the cafe. She's guiding you through this next stage of your life. We've got a new chapter beginning. So get ready to overcome, transform, and transcend. As always, you have to be the one to make the effort. So start dreaming big. Don't underestimate your vibration and your consciousness right now. Never been more important to be focused, to be clean, to be straight, to be sober, to be high vibe. Never been so important. I like her headpiece and the colour of her hair. Yes. Let's stick her up in the plant. Look, I got a new bracelet yesterday because I sold my old microphone, my big microphone, so I went to send it off to somebody. And I didn't have a box for it. Like, I get parcels all the time with so much bubble wrap and everything, but I put it outside. The staff probably would take it away and use it. But then I had to send this microphone off, and I'm like, I haven't got a box or bubble wrap to wrap it in. And so as I was going with it in my backpack to the post office, stopped at the crystal shop. I'm like, he's got boxes. Of course he's got boxes. So I went in there and he did the whole thing for me. He had so many boxes. He lifted up like the skirts of the tables. And it was like a jigsaw puzzle of boxes right up to the top. I'm like, I knew it. I knew you'd have boxes. So I've got bubble wrap too. And he wrapped it. He did it all for me. Hey? He did it all for me. And he wrote out the label for it, and it was cool. And so I bought this bracelet off him. Isn't it gorgeous? Turquoise with the little golden beads in between it. And I linked it to his bracelets. Another mermaid. There's so many mermaids in it, right? Where are the goddesses mermaids? Not all of them. Tim's mending his heart. So she's getting ready. She's getting us ready for this new chapter in human evolution. Chicken, oh baby. Let's get a cat out. Two pieces of chocolate last night, so I haven't got a headache today. Honestly, it's the chocolate. Oh my god, it's the chocolate. Damn it, I'm getting sensitive. More sensitive. I do get more sensitive when I'm kind of cleaner, and I get oh no, just see the card that's come out. Let's all hate on this cat. No, we've got to be okay with this bit because we can take our vibration down with this one. We don't want to do that. Oh, you've still got that text stuff going on. Hard. Yeah, so for as much as we were like, oh, damn it, the masculine, there's so many masculines at the moment. Ghosting, no communication at all. And as much as we hate that, it is actually the best way. It is actually the best way. You know, in yourself, breaking away from someone is the best way. It's the cleanest way. It's the easiest way for everyone involved. We know that, right? Everyone's down on it. Oh, don't do the no communication. Get in touch with each other. That hurts real bad when you do that, when you keep it going. It does. Okay. It's this cat. This cat that's the problem. Okay, it's patience. If you hadn't guessed already, meet Snugpuff. She transmutes our restless urgency and are we there yet complaints. Nearly, you see, I keep on saying that. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Nyai Laro Kidno. She's like, nearly. Are we there yet complaints into an appreciation of what is right now. Let go of everything that will come after this moment and have faith that you're exactly where you need to be. Faith and trust. Faith and trust. Draw a circle around the present moment and relax into it with Snugpuff curled up on your lap. Oh, I like that. Draw a circle around the present moment and relax into it with Snugpuff curled up on your lap. Sometimes we believe we need to be at our destination right now, but there's so much to be learned and discovered right here where we are. Let's be patient with ourselves, our loved ones, and the world around us. There is time. Did you watch the pick a card yesterday? Twin Flame one. I got that really loud and clear that I needed to do a Twin Flame one. It's been very popular. The Deeper Dives too, very popular this time. Hope. Hope is what I'm dishing out apparently, but along with the guidance, sneaking that guidance in there to get people to do the work. I like the way my guides are working through me now. Just the right amount of marketing, you know what I mean? Just the right amount of carrots to get people to watch it, and then putting the good stuff in there. The work, you know. Oh, what's going on? Claire, I've been thinking you all day, because everything you said the other day in cafe, he said. It's like, where did I hear this? Oh wow, who said it? You just got divorced in October. Pick Crystal. I think I was a mixture of flower and crystal this time. I don't know. Yeah, my divorce was for the better for sure. You have a massive head in your lap. Is it Snugpuff? Snug puff. We've got a lot of endings going on right now. It's true. Doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of divorce going on now. Of course. Lockdown was going to do that, wasn't it? For sure. We can ignore all kinds of stuff going on in relationships and keep ourselves busy, and all of that stuff. Put you in lockdown. Oh, you're going to get divorced if you're meant to get divorced, for sure, right? And pop that stress. Put you both in the same room. Pick the shell on the twin flame. Well, the shell's always the random one, right? The crystal and the flower seems to be reading for the same people each time. The shell is always the random factor. It's always the one that's different. It doesn't seem to be the same story each time. Do you know what I mean? It seems to be the one that brings in the stragglers. This time we've got Will. Welcome, Will. The straggler. Hey, Ashna. You did shell, then the flower. Of course, they'll all resonate a little bit, right? There's, some muggles will get readings from me and they'll say, this is just so general. It could apply to anyone. And it couldn't, but it could in a way because it's not random advice. It couldn't apply to everyone, because like as I said, if you take someone, say you take a masculine muggle who's a narcissist who will, overtake from everyone and not give anything out and all of that kind of thing, and I give him some of the advice that I'd give to a feminine who is an overgiver, who's an empath. Of course, it's not going to be right for them. It's not going to be right for them. It's the opposite advice. Can have the heart to watch. That's all right. Sometimes it's better to be by yourself than in bad company. Exactly. And I think that's where the divine feminine is now. Like the front runners of it are like, that's how I am now. The energy update today. It was almost saying what are you most scared of? Like why? What are you most scared of? And I asked myself, okay, so if my man comes back and we live together, what am I most scared of? You know what it is? It's that thing that I was saying for the last couple of days. I've got my self-love down pat now by myself, and I'm really happy. I really love my life as it is right now. It's awesome. I am scared of kind of making the wrong decision and losing that and having to back out of it and go back to this again. That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of not being able to integrate it, not being able to do that self-love thing within a relationship. Oh, it's going to be easy with him because he's such a giver. That's what I'm scared of, though. It came into my mind as soon as I listened to that. Did you get that out of it, too? The energy update for today. What was that? I blew away I blew away what I thought was a piece of dirt, and then I just saw it walking, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I just blew it again, and an ant ran away from it, and an ant picked this piece of dirt up. It's going to go back and do it again. Dirt came alive. A lot of reading resonates with me. There are other people's reading. Big shells. I used to live in Stromness, Orkney. Big fishing community. Ah, yeah, a lot of people connect with the shells, right? I've got to be careful not to. The flowers are very attractive, aren't they? In the readings. The shells to some people as well. I don't know what chickens do. That book is interesting. That you'll put in the group. Join the group if you're not in the group. Our Facebook group. It's called Psychic Cafe, no muggles allowed. Don't join it if you're a muggle. Stay out of that. I've got a pretty good intuition. You might have noticed. Don't let some people in. Ashna, a sugar ant. There's a lot of ants around here. I'm not sure if it's a sugar. Ashna, I'm scared of my husband falling in love with someone else because I'm not happy with our relationship situation right now. He won't do much about things. It's interesting, isn't it? Because that card, it told us to have faith, didn't it? And so who is ours won't go past us, but they might wobble a bit and they might fuck up and do the wrong thing, for sure. We've all got that muggle part of us. We're human beings. We all mess up, right? Let's be patient with ourselves, our loved ones, and the world around us. There is time. We've got to trust, right? Let go of everything that will come after this moment and have faith that you're exactly where you need to be. You've just got to do that right now. You just got to do it. There's a lot of paths diverging right now. Could be someone better for you, someone more a match for you. We're not here to change other people. It makes relationships so toxic when you try and do that, right? And I'm not saying we can't grow and learn and stuff and do things a little bit differently in relationships. We've got to, when we're in relationships, we've got to do that. You know, it's not about giving ourselves up or changing ourselves. It's about, you don't carry on doing something if it really triggers your partner. You've got to be sensitive to them, right? You know? So there's a little bit of give and take going on there, a little bit of change, I guess, but not the big stuff, right? We don't change the big stuff. What are you doing, chicken? What are you looking for? Pacing. I've got so many books I haven't read yet. I can't be buying books. It does look like an interesting read, though. It's the chicken show. Hey, honey. You gonna sit down? It's the chicken butt show. She's like, who the hell are they? What are they doing in here? She never used to jump up on this table, huh? Now she does it all the time. You deleted Facebook. Yeah. 7 years, right? 7 years. 7 years is when it seems to be that point. It's 6 years for me. I tend to give them up early, but 7 years is a time when relationships that aren't meant to be do go the separate ways. Let's get some more cards out then. Let's get our homework out. Mwah. I shouldn't have done that. Too hairy. Too hairy. Let's shave you. Isn't this a beautiful deck? Are you in your head or in your heart? I like to think I'm balanced. Did you end up ordering that oracle set? Oh, the unicorn one, or the one with that unicorn card. And was it totally unicorning? I don't know. I don't have much time to look at Facebook anymore. Or I do have the time for it, but I prefer to spend my time when I'm not working, doing other things. I was working from the start of this to I went training, and then I came back and I had another deeper dive to do. So all day into the evenings. When I get a break, the last thing I want to do is be reading Facebook. I don't want to be on my phone, on my computer. So if anyone wants a mini read, if you want some answers from your higher self, I can do that in here. It's by donation using Super Chat or Super Sticker, or there's a PayPal link in that pinned comment. If you've got a question for your higher self, you can put a Q in the comments as well. Never met his mom, she passed away. Very interesting. Probably better to focus on yourself right now, Ashna, rather than Dan. I know sometimes it's good to get kind of answers and know the bigger picture, and medium readings can do that. You might want a medium reading. Oh, here we go. Who am I ready to forgive? Ready to forgive chicken for sitting on the table. China. What's it called, the deck? Who am I ready to forgive? Sorry, I was reading the comments. I got distracted. Who am I ready to forgive? I'm not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become, says Carl Jung. It's time to let go, forgive, and move onward. Is it time to let go, forgive, and move onward? Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? Remember, I had a little bit of a release last week, a little bit more of a release of my ex-husband last week, which I didn't even know it was in there. In fact, it didn't even seem that important either. It was more of a I did the right thing kind of a release, you know. But I was holding on to a little bit of guilt because of it still. Like I was the wrong one. And it's like, no, I wasn't the wrong one. Anyway, you could have something like that going on here. Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? Today's soul action is write a forgiveness letter, then practice the Ho'oponopono prayer today. While thinking of the person you're ready to forgive, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I can, Ashna. I do thingy readings. Medium readings, I don't kind of advertise them. It takes me a little bit more work. It's not as fast as connecting with higher self, so I don't do mini ones of them. So, yeah, but I can. Go to my website, behealing.com. It would be the guidance reading, and then that's the one where you can ask questions. Shine from the inside. Hey, Karen. Yeah, Chicken's getting super comfy. She's here to stay. She's like, nah, you can't put the cards out today. I'm going to that. Tarot. Let's do the tarot. For some reason, with the medium readings, I had to do more listening. It's not like with the higher self readings. I do so many of them. It's just instant, you know. It's constant. With the medium readings, I have to do a bit of preparatory work. I don't have to do any preparatory work. You might notice I'm straight on into it. I don't meditate on the cards. I don't do anything. I'm just switched on. I mean, I've been doing this all my life, so I don't need to do any of that fluff and stuff. But with medium readings, it's kind of different. I've got to connect in with them. I've got to listen more. Probably because I just haven't done enough of it, you know, for it to be instant. But yeah, they can be very releasing, for sure. I do a lot of the medium stuff in breakthrough sessions when someone needs to really heal something. I do Skype sessions with people, and yeah, because when you get the story from that higher self of why they did something, why they played a certain part in your life, it can be very easy to release stuff when you see that, when you get that information, that higher self information from them. the mercy of the spirits that choose to connect with me. Yeah, chicken's definitely in this one. It's the chicken show with a trusty sidekick, Claire. She's the one giving me the messages. Don't rush forgiveness though, Ashna. It sounds like you're not there yet. I mean, it's all very fresh for you. We can't rush forgiveness. We can't rush grief. We can't rush forgiveness. You can't even rush gratitude or any of those things either. It's got to come naturally. When it's real, it's natural. Do you know what I mean? And that's when it's got power. Hi, Christine. Did you sell any cakes, Christine? I'm going to hold you to that and be a coach, a cake coach. Chicken's on the Amazonite and she's resting her head on it. Oh, yeah. Good call, Timothy. We don't need people's forgiveness, do we? We've got to forgive ourselves. Forgiveness is about us. It's not about them. Oh, I like it. Queen of Swords. She's powerful. Look at her. She's got a sword. Come here and I'll chop your head off. Ah, look at the cat. It's me and Chicken. Got Serenity on the bottom there as well. Queen of Swords. She's empowered. She's got boundaries. She knows what she wants. She knows what she doesn't want. She's able to say no to it. She's able to hold that energy of what she wants and stay firm with a cat by her side. She's strong. She's powerful. She knows that. She's waiting for what she wants. And if anything comes away that isn't what she wants, she's quite happy to cut it out. It almost looks like a new moon, doesn't it, though? Let's read her out of the book and see what she's got to say to us, this Queen of Swords. This is a new deck for me. It's the Starchild Tarot, an Akashic Tarot, apparently. Oops. And sometimes the books, they just give us a few words that mean something, you know, that trigger something else in me. Queen of Swords, where is she? Here she is. I like the Queen of Swords. Now, in her negative side, she can be a real bitch, a negative expression. But in a positive expression, she's got strong boundaries. She knows herself. She's empowered, right? Independent, perfectionist, intellectual, articulate, impartial, honest. Honest, yes, honest. The message: your strength and powers of discernment are needed at this time. You may want to detach your inner emotions or fears from your given situation in order to make an objective decision. A need for unbiased opinion about something. It's like the cold hard facts, isn't it? It's coming back down to earth, removing ourselves from our emotions in a way and making good decisions for ourselves. That's what the Queen of Swords does. A need for an unbiased opinion about something. Look to all of the facts before making any judgments. Think with your head this time as opposed to your heart. Yeah, especially when we're kind of emotional. Where's that? Oh, it's a little boy. Especially when we're emotional, in the negative emotion kind of thing, reacting emotions. People. An incredibly insightful, quick-witted person, the Queen of Swords is able to see through illusion and deception, speaking their truth at any given time. Like I said about the group, the Facebook group. I can feel the energy. There's some people I don't let in. I can feel the energy. So I do this for you all in that group. She's able to see through all illusion, the bullshit and the lies that people say. You can feel the energy. Speaking their truth at any given time. She's confident in doing that too. Highly perceptive, analytical, and straightforward, they embody a maturity that can only come with life experience. Less of an emotional type, the Queen of Swords connects with others on a highly intellectual level while bonding for life. They are strong, loving, and loyal friends. Reversed. I want to read the reversed out as well, though. Because we're all at different stages, right? Reversed, I need to use intellect over emotion. So this is the negative expression of it, right? The Queen of Swords reversed may indicate an impassivity of thoughts and ideas, or an overall lack of communication. It's important to be assertive and direct in this case. Oh, interesting. Oh, chicken, your breath stinks. Stop it. She's been eating fish or something. Disgusting. It's a call for us to be in this, to cut things out, to stop our emotional reactions so much. Be really clear, keep our vibration high in that way, by being more the intellectual, cold, hard facts kind of thing. Chicken, you're in the way. Purring. Okay, let's get some of these slippery tarots out. A childhood caused who I am today. Never felt like I'm good enough for anyone. Been a people pleaser all my life. Oh, there you go. Now you fit in. Yeah, and this is kind of how I help people, is to overcome that and get the benefits from it, because there are benefits to that, to growing up with that kind of stuff that puts us in that. There are benefits. We picked that for a reason. We picked that as spirits for a reason. So this is the Love Tarot. It's very slippery. That was yesterday's, the marriage card. The Four of Wands. Let's see what we've got today. Now I've got my table back. Unicorn head. I've got my strap-on horn here. That was the funniest, wasn't it? That was a few months ago. Katie bought me my horn. Unfortunately, it's a child's head size. It's terrible the way that people, they do that. They make the best stuff for kids and they don't make it in adult sizes. You see, I would totally get a superhero outfit and they make it all for kids. They make them for kids. Yeah, we're all calling him Tim. He changes his name regularly. It's Ash Fawkes right now, but it's Tim really. If it was. Oh my god, I had it in my head. Of course it's going to be that card. I had that in my head. I had this word in my head. And it's reciprocity. I'm getting a lot from this card. It's the Six of Pentacles. It's the reciprocity card or the generosity card. It's now, for those of us that have been codependent, overgivers, wanting to take care of everyone else, forgetting to take care of ourselves, being too generous. Then you've probably experienced a lack of reciprocity in many areas of your life, probably relationships. And so you're doing a lot for them, not doing a lot for you. It's a choice that we make when we're in that. We choose the wrong people. We choose the people that can't give back to us because we want to help them. We choose the people we can help. So we get out of that. We start putting ourselves first. We start loving ourselves, self-love. And then there's just no way we would choose someone that's not being reciprocal. And so the Queen of Swords, she will choose someone that's able to receive. But what I was getting from this card, as I paused for a moment there, was that we do people a disservice when we don't hold them to that. When we allow them to be lazy and not give anything back, we do them a disservice. It's enabling. It's codependency. A codependent will put themselves last, put someone else first, help them out, seek people to help out, put them first, completely forget about themselves, impose themselves into someone else's life, trying to fix them. And then they're like, how come I'm not getting reciprocity? It's like, well, because of your behavior. I know, because I did it over and over again. How come I'm not getting reciprocity? And it's enabling, and we don't want to do that. And so we actually do people a service by being the Queen of Swords and holding them to that. It's like reciprocate or get the hell out of my house. We know this, right? We know this from teenagers. We say this to teenagers. If you're a good parent, you have to say it. You have to say it to them. Because they go from that point of being a child, and when they've got to start reciprocating, they've got to start doing something. They don't want it. Teenagers don't want to do that. They want to remain being a child. And so you have to do this with them. You have to do this with adults as well. We've done it with everybody. If you're doing this, you're doing it in your business. Like Christine, you're doing this with cakes. Christine's giving her cakes away instead of selling them. You're doing this with cake, Christine. You're doing people a disservice. Always helping the wrong people, right? So Queen of Swords. So let's not do people a disservice now. Let's hold them to that. And what does that look like actually practically in our lives? Not just a concept. It looks like waiting for someone to message you back instead of messaging them. It looks like waiting for someone to show you who they are, that they're actually going to invest. Oh, that was what it was. That's what the energy update was today. Someone willing to invest now, and it might freak you out. We're like, oh, you want to invest something now in this relationship? Someone that wasn't given that reciprocity before. Someone that didn't show you that. And you're like, might not believe it. You have to be skeptical. You have to stay as the Queen of Swords. It's like, well, prove it then. Do it then. Reciprocate then. Show me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you're gonna. It's teenage energy, isn't it? It's teenage energy. We're dealing with teenage energy. Okay. So the divine masculine is waking up. That means he's been like a child. Yes, the masculine's been like a child. Toxic. Let's let chicken out. I need to put my ring on too. It's missing. You can turn it into self-love though, Christine, by selling it and letting them love you if they want to. Yeah, well, we're proving how good we are, right? We're hurting ourselves. We're hurting them too. We're enabling them. So masculine has been in the toxic masculine. Our whole society has, not just the masculine in all of us. I'm not talking about men and women now. But it is mostly the men, of course, that are in the masculine and mostly the women that are in the feminine. So we've had a whole society, a whole culture, Western cultures, of the toxic masculine. Not just Western cultures. I see it in other cultures too. So the toxic masculine, almost, it's enabling them to be like a kid, right? To get away with anything, to get rewarded just for any kind of behavior. That's what we've had. So pretty much the narcissist type, the toxic masculine, has been applauded and rewarded for it. So whether you're a man or a woman, if you do that toxic masculine thing, you get plenty of money and stuff. We see that, right? We see that. We see that among guys, kind of thing. If you want to do the right thing by a woman, you're being a pussy. If you want to like use and abuse women, they'll give you a high five for it. It's that kind of energy. So it's very childish, right? And then we've got the masculine awakening, because this energy, the divine feminine going, I've done all the work now because I've had it hard. I've not been a kid. I've done the growing up. The feminine's been through that teenage stage, right? And they've actually become women. And like, I know what I deserve. I've done the work, and I need a partner that's like that. I know what I deserve, and I'd rather be alone than have anything that's less than that, because I've got a happy life alone, you know. I've got the self-love thing, I'm happy, but I do want a relationship. So come on, masculine. So the masculine's getting awakened, and now they're at the teenage stage. So they come in like a teenager, and we've not got to enable them. So we're a bit scared. Can you trust that teenager? Mm. And Christine, when you start receiving love in that way, it's going to feel overwhelming to you because you've had a severe lack of love receiving in your life. But it's time you got some, and you got used to that. Let it in. You're not letting it in at the moment. Again, I know, because I used to do the same thing. We got you, Christine. Get you through this. But it's, as I said yesterday, it's a good thing we're not all around you, because we'd be the easy ones to do it with. You've got to do it with the harder people. You know, I'm getting goosebumps with that. You've got to do it with the easy people that are around you first, the ones that do already love you and want to give to you. But it's still going to be tricky for you for sure. I want to read the Six of Pentacles in here. Do I? I don't know. I've got a lot. Scared to be on your own. Yeah? You need to learn to self-love. It's great being on your own. It's not great at first, but it's great after a bit. What have we got? We've got the Six of Pentacles. Where's Pentacles? 6. When the Six of Pentacles comes up in a reading, it's about fairness and equality. It's about reciprocation. It's what's known as the give and take card, and with that comes balance. There are two scenarios that I think of when I pull this card. It could be that you're taking from others more than you need without giving back, and this has left you feel uncomfortable. That's not anybody here, by the way. Not to say you are careless with giving as well as receiving. You perhaps just seriously needed the handout, but now it's time that you start giving back. Or are you the giver? Yes, you are. The one giving away too much to others currently. This is by no means a bad thing. Yes, it is. I knew not to read this. Here we go. When the Six of Pentacles comes up reversed in a reading, it may signify an imbalance, an unbalance, it sounds, an imbalance. Someone may be giving you an offer that is too good to be true, or not telling you that they had ulterior motives. This is it. All right, this is the energy that I was getting. We don't quite believe them because they're a teenager still. They've not yet met the masculine. So they come in with an offer and they're like, I want to reciprocate. I want to invest in this relationship. And with that fox that gives a side glance. I'm gonna. Oh, are you gonna? Are you gonna, teenager? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it. So we might be at the stage of where you'd still have to be that mom that pesters them. They say they're gonna do it and then they don't do it, and you have to pester them. We're dealing with teenagers here. So someone may be giving you an offer that's too good to be true, or not telling you that they have ulterior motives. This card could indicate a lack of charity, giving back, or lack of community spirit. The Six of Pentacles can also indicate you abusing your power in some aspects of your life, perhaps something dealing with money. It's the reciprocation stuff. We know what this is about. It's so much easier to heal alone and do self-love alone. So much easier. In fact, I would say it's essential to be alone. It's great. Yes, there's that hurdle, there's that void to get over. It's the same with any kind of healing for ourselves. We've got to confront that void first and be okay with it. You get weirded out receiving, Gabe. Gotta let it in. And it's just practice. I was freaky first when people started giving to me. I was like, I didn't want to trust them. But I just let them, and got used to it. And now it's great. Now I've got uncodependent people that look after me and I look after them too. It's just so easy. It's so clean. It's like a friend of mine the other day asked to borrow some money off him. Asked to borrow some money off me. I'm like, yeah, straight away. And there was nothing weird about it. And he wasn't weird about asking for it or anything. We take care of each other, but not in a codependent way. And it's funny because I saw something, in Christopher Witecki's group, Namaste Today. Someone posted about different star signs and what we do. One of those funny meme kind of things. And it said Taurus says, oh, yeah, you'll lend money and say it's okay, but then you're thinking about it constantly all the time. And I'm like, I literally don't do that in the slightest. I don't think about it all the time. But I'm Queen of Swords. I don't lend money to just anyone. I lend it to those that reciprocate. I wouldn't lend money to a codependent, nor an abusive person either. You learn to recognize who is self-loving and taking care of themselves and who can reciprocate, and they feel so clean. There's no resentment in the giving or the receiving. There's no weird energy about it. There's weird energy with giving and receiving from those that aren't clean like that. And so, because I'll only lend money to those that are clean, I forget about it. It's like the other day, I had some food delivered, and he didn't have the right change for me. It was 100 baht less. He had 100 baht less. I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just next time." Anyway, because this guy delivers to me regularly, And then an hour later, he comes and knocking on my door to give me this 100 baht back, and I'd totally forgotten about it. I'd completely forgotten about it. And you can be so easy when you're dealing with clean vibe people that take care of their own stuff, that can be trusted, they can trust themselves, they're self-loving. It's just so different than dealing with codependent people, which isn't clean at all, if you know what I mean. How to help someone have a spiritual awakening. You can't do that. You cannot do that. People need to crash to have a spiritual awakening. Don't try and do that. It doesn't work. Leave it up to them. Get out of here. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about this card. You don't need to. Don't try and do that, Ashna. And it might not be the path to do that. Why try and control somebody's life purpose, their life path? Some people aren't here to do that. Yeah, don't do that. You can't do it. It's going to backfire. You're going to get karma back for that. You can't do it. Yeah. Don't even try. You're going to end up in a mess, in a karmic mess if you do that. I don't try and wake people up. I'm just here offering what I do to people that want that help. I don't even solicit for it. I don't even go to you. I just put my stuff out there. That's clean. Yeah? That's clean. That's that clean vibe that I'm talking about. Look what we've got. We've got the Three of Cups. It's the reunion card. That's why I was saying, get out of here. Reunion. And people need to crash. That's why we can't do this. That's why we've got to be this, right? We've got to let them crash. What do you do to a teenager? You tell them, oh, well, get out of my house then if you won't reciprocate. Because you know that then they're going to have to do it all for themselves and they're going to realize they'll crash, but it's good for them. Yeah? We've got to let people crash by themselves. We can't mollycoddle them through it because that's enabling them, right? That's the codependent thing, enabling them. It's for a clear picture of it, it's like having a relationship with a drug addict or an alcoholic, and then, or no, a drug addict or an alcoholic, and then trying to shield them, trying to help them. You don't actually help them. What helps them is them ending up in a gutter and then waking up themselves. You cannot orchestrate that. You couldn't throw them in the gutter and orchestrate that. You've got to trust that it will happen. But we shield them. It's pretty evil, actually, to shield people from the thing that is going to cause them to spiritually awaken. Like dark workers. The ones that call themselves light workers are actually being dark workers. There's always balance. There's always both sides of it, right? Freshly awakened, Ashna. Fresh. Cakes. Keep on working on yourself. Yeah, focus on yourself, Ashna, not on them. Just on you. We've got the reunion card out. Oh, come on. I'd be happy with it. I can feel myself getting ready. I can feel myself psyching myself up for it. I think there will be some reunions around this new moon, which is 2 days away now. Da, da, da. This Aquarius energy, wow. What's this card? I'm not taking it. Thanks, Maria. And self-love is great. How it looked for me was 3 years ago, I was, well, a little bit longer than that ago, I was drinking still, not heavily anymore, but drinking still, and hanging out with alcoholics, as you do when you're a drinker, a socializer, that kind of thing. I was taking kind of good care of myself, but not great care of myself. And I just realized I had to stop. I had to stop because I had an ugly mirror. An ugly mirror is someone who mirrors back your behavior to you, but they do it to the extreme. And you end up trying to help them and then one day you wake up and you think, oh shit, I'm doing the same thing, just not to the same extremes. And I needed to take a step back. So I had an ugly mirror. And then I realized, oh God, this is about me. I'm doing the same thing, but just to a small degree, and I need to stop it. And so I decided to stop going out. I decided and just take care of myself. I made me my priority, as in not even making my business or anything my priority or anyone else my priority, just me my priority and looking after myself. It was my full-time job. Yeah, feeding myself right, exercising right, all of those things, just every level of self-care. I need to put myself on a pedestal to take care of myself. It was about looking after the inner child as well. So that's when I started listening to my inner child and how distraught she was and upset and angry she was too at me doing the same thing. So I thought that my family, yeah, they were abusive, but I thought like they had abandoned me, you know? And there my inner child was saying, you've abandoned me too. You did the same thing as them. You had me around alcoholics in unsafe situations. You weren't taking care of me properly. You were putting me on all of these situations, the same as your family did. I was like, oh shit, I was too. I was. So yeah, I reeled it back in. I spent a lot of time by myself, and I started exercising a lot more, got into the Muay Thai around that time. And then it was a natural opening. It didn't open back up to all of the alcoholics. It kind of did later on. But because I was just taking care of myself, the people that I was around were in the gym. And they'd always been there, right? They'd always been there. But I hadn't been open to them to have actual friendships with them. I'd say hey to them, and that was it. I wasn't getting involved with them. And suddenly I started getting involved with them and allowing them in, allowing them to love me. They weren't the people that I'd choose before, because there were people that were self-loving and looking after themselves. But once I started doing that, then I was open to them. And they give cleanly, and they don't connect straight away. Of course. because they're in the energy that I'm in now. They were wary of me before. Of course they were wary of me before. They were right to be wary of me before. But then they started opening up to me because I'd cleaned up my energy. And other people that can give back, they're taking care of themselves and they can give back. And it was still freaky for me to open up to them and let them love me, let them give to me. But I did it. And then I found out, you dip your toe in, you let them in a bit, and then you find out that they're actually safe, not like the other people that I was around before. So, yeah, that's what you do. And you do it bit by bit. And it took me a while. And like I said yesterday, I have to get to the point where I get pissed off that I'm not showing my love. That's the point I got to back then, that I was being guided. I had to get to that point where I was pissing myself off for not expressing my love to them, and then open up. And now these people, they're my family, And then, like recently, the last year and a half or something, I opened back up to the others to see if I can have connections with them. And now it's very difficult. It is very difficult. The ones that are still in codependency, the addicts and all of that, it's very difficult to be around them. Yes. So I've pulled back again this year. What's got going on? Maria, you've got a question? Yes, general guidance. You keep on hearing reunion, Linda. Ooh. Yeah, could be. The ghosting happens for a reason, right? I could say that I'm ghosting people at the moment. Just focusing on myself, I am. And I can't spend, I'm busy too. I can't spend my time and energy on explaining myself, or I don't need to. I'm just doing my thing, There's a fig cake that I really wanted to make. Ooh. Yeah, you've got to trust your intuition on that too. People are going through stuff and it's right for them to close off. Like I said, ghosting isn't that bad a thing. Oh, codependents don't like it because they make it about themselves, because they're all about that other person. It's like, it's about me. Your behavior is about me. It's like, no, it's not. It's about me. It's about me. It's not about you. Maria, push people away and self-sabotage everything. Yeah, you've got some self-loving to do before you can open up to the right people. But they're so safe once you do. Here we go. Maria, judgment separates, surrender. This has something to do with this, Maria. Who are you ready to forgive? Who are you judging? Who are you like, that's not a good thing? It's the shadow work. Shadow work card nearly came out from this deck, the first card. It flew out when I first started using it, when I first started shuffling it. Shadow work is so important. Shadow work is recognizing those things that we judge in others we've actually got inside of ourselves. We've got everything inside of ourselves. So Maria, you're judging something at the moment that's inside of you too. No, it's not. It's not inside of me. I don't have that. Yes, you do have everything. Oh, Missy yesterday. Yeah, Missy yesterday. I was listening to her last night, and she was talking about the crap that some men say, and it reminded me, two guys in my life, two ex-boyfriends. They both said the same thing to me. The exact same sentence. They said, "I don't have a jealous bone in my body." In early conversations, they both said that exact sentence. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. Which is kind of a weird thing to say, isn't it? To say it like that. It must be some phrase that's banded around with men or something. They say it to each other to pretend that they don't have jealousy. Of course we do. Every single human being has jealousy in them. Of course we have that. It's like saying I never get angry. Well, you do. You're suppressing it. There's no point in trying to deny that we get jealous, but these two did, right? They were the most jealous. Like, they were just making shit up. They were the most jealous boyfriends I've ever had. So that shows us what we do. So you're doing that, Maria, in a way, not to that extreme. That was the ugly mirror that they did there, trying to say that they don't have a jealous bone in the body. I'm like, yeah, but you've got every other cell in your body is jealous. You've had your sandwiches. Vegemite is really nice with cheese as well. Thank you, Ash. Of course, no, I think it's Indonesian. So, more shadow work for you. Anything that you're judging in other people, anything that triggers you, that you judge in other people, you need to recognize that you've got it in yourself. Talk to someone in connection. So there is someone that's showing you something, Maria, something that you don't like, you don't think you've got inside of you. Some shadow work to do. Talk to someone in connection. It's someone that's showing you that. Interesting. Horror stories of Vegemite. You don't have too much of it. You've got to lay it on thinly, not thickly. Yeah, too much is not a good thing. It's coffee time. It's always about 3 minutes past 4 to 5 minutes past that I look at the timer. I think it's time for another coffee. Thanks, Arabella. I've got choice. That's the next card out. Choice. What should we choose? Do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself in your choices? Because we've made bad choices in the past. But you see, when we change our energy and we start loving ourselves, and we've got a different outlook, when we're the Queen of Swords and we trust ourselves to be empowered, a totally different energy. So now can you trust your choices? Or you're scared that you're still making the choices wrong? See, that's what my fear is. That's what I got from today's energy update. I'm scared of choosing wrong. I'm scared that I'm still not choosing right, but I'm so different now. I'm comparing myself to an old self that was totally in codependency and all messed up things and wasn't taking care of herself and all of that. Cheese and Vegemite, yum. Orange marmalade, peanut butter, and Vegemite. Really? I'm more of a savoury girl, you see. I like it with cheese. I like it like that. What's going on? Update required. YouTube wants to update while I'm live. YouTube? Is YouTube, don't be ridiculous. Oh, what? Hang on. I have to deal with my iPad. You enjoy watching people try Vegemite for the first time. Oh, video it and put a compilation together and put it on YouTube. Kiwi. Vegemite. What the hell? I don't want to. I said no. I said quit, and it took me out of it anyway. Because I watched my live on my iPad mini. Just to make sure it's working, you know. Oh my god. I must update to continue. It's forcing me. Assholes. Okay, let's update this then. I'll give in. I'm going to go to the bathroom soon and make another coffee and get some bananas. So if you're, and then I'm going to talk about the 7 of emotions more, the choices that we got to make and trusting ourselves and shit like that. She's Kiwi. She's Kiwi. Here we go. Oh, no, it's not forcing me to update. Changed its mind now. Now I say, okay, I'll update it then if I have to. No, it's like, oh no, now you can do it. Hi, Deborah. You know what? I'm going to do an unboxing video. That's what I'm going to do. When my L'Occitane stuff arrives, I'm going to do an unboxing video of it. I'm going to do review videos too, just because I can. I don't know. I just want to do something else like that on this channel. Just do a little bit different stuff. Anyway, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to make a coffee. I'm going to get some bananas. I'll be right back. I'll leave the microphone here because you don't want to listen to me on the toilet. You don't. Trust me. Trust me on that. Damn accessories not supported. Here we go. I'm set. I've got my coffee. I've got my bananas. Somebody woke me up late this morning. Ooh. Oh, wow, Jabber, you've missed so much. Oh, look, the steam. The steam from my coffee. You can see it. Huh. You'll have to watch the replay. You're an islander. Me too. They heard me call them assholes. Who? So, when I was on the toilet, I got told this. 3 o'clock's the reunion. Right, this is about navigating that reunion. Not letting our fears overtake us. We're different people now. We can trust our choices. We're all islanders, right? I like small islands though. My island's on 8 kilometers by 3 kilometers. It's a small island. I like small islands, small communities. It intensifies things. It's good. Islands attract a certain kind of people, especially tropical islands. Coconut curry. A Fiji Indian. Oh, I'm an earthling. I don't know what I am. English, Australian, Thai. I'm more Thai than anything else. Isn't it bizarre? I'm in Thailand. I'm more Thai than anything else. Okay, that's my breakfast. I love curries too. Oh my god, Thai food is the best. Best food in the world. Can I have a quick like on this? Thank you for reminding us, Gabe. Vegemite. April, where have you been? It's like Marmite. It's a byproduct of brewing. Essentially, it's disgusting, but it's great. Very high in B vitamins. Good for those that are stressed out. I was born in the UK, yeah. I was. So we've got the 7 of emotions here after the 3 of cups. So the reunion we're going to handle differently. We're going to make different choices now. We've changed, right? And so we can trust the choices now, choosing differently. But remembering as well, I'm getting this energy of the masculine. Maybe not the front runners. Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh, damn it. The masculine being like a teenager now. Got to be wary. Anyway, but we can trust our choices, but you've got to be the Queen of Swords still. Got to have your shit together. Still got to be in that energy of the one being in charge, that kind of thing. I'm a coconut then. Arabella, thank you for your donation. General, please. General for Arabella. See what your higher self has to tell you. Ah, work. Arabella. Follow your intuition, follow your intuition. Even if your intuition is telling you something that doesn't seem to be involved with work, follow your intuition. It's like that time that I went to a cafe when I was living in Port Douglas in Australia, running my business, living in a resort, running my business. And I used to go to this cafe, and I went to this cafe, and I always sat at the same table at this cafe, but I didn't that time. I felt this urge to go and sit at another table. So I was sitting at the table, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm sat here. Like, guys, I don't know why you got me to sit here. This is ridiculous. But when I got up to walk away, I turned, and there was a window right there with a poster on it. And that poster said, position vacant, sailor, someone with experience. They're looking for someone with experience of sailing big catamarans. And just a few months ago, before that, I'd stopped living on a big catamaran. It was actually 2 foot smaller than the one that they wanted to sail on that new thing. They wanted someone who could do snorkel tours as well. So I'm a rescue diver and used to take people on snorkel tours. So I'm like, okay, this job's for me because I wasn't looking for a job, right? But this job's for me because that, like, who else has, there's not many people in the world, right, that have got experience like that of sailing for a 60-foot catamaran. It's a 62-foot catamaran, the one that they wanted me to work on. I'd lived on a 60-foot catamaran for a year. I could sail it by myself, single-handed. So I'm like, okay, I need to go in and get that job then. Fun job, of course. Someone wants to pay me to do that instead of living on it and having to pay for all the maintenance, but it's very expensive. Someone wants to pay me to have fun on the yacht. Hell yes. So I went in and I said, oh, I think you're looking for me. I'm like, I've got my own business though, so I'm going to have to fit it in with this. And they put me on the next day, they put me on the boat as a trial day, see how I did. The skipper said, the skipper called up because I was supposed to do the day shift because there was like a day shift of taking them to a little island and then doing the snorkel tours and stuff, and then we get back and prep the boat for a booze cruise, BYO booze cruise in the evening till the sun goes down. So that it was, if you did both shifts, it was a 12-hour shift, exhausting, but so much fun. Anyway, I was supposed to do the day shift, but they didn't have someone to do the evening shift, so I stayed on it. And when they called up to say, ask could I stay on it, the skipper told them, oh, you need to pay for today. She's been a fully functional member of staff. She already knows how to sail and everything. So you need to pay for today. Usually the trial days are unpaid, you know. And that was it. They told me that day, you got the job. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. And so it was crazy. I would have to get up at like, because I'd start at 7 in the morning on the yacht, but I'd had to do my business first. And the private readings and stuff like that, I'd have to do first. So I was getting up at like 5 a.m., doing my business stuff, going, working a 12-hour shift, getting home, eating. Luckily, we got all the catering on the boat, so I'd take home the leftovers, eat that, go to sleep, do it all over again. It was awesome. But I'm getting that for you, Arabella. It's like, follow your intuition. It may not make sense. The intuition might be to sit at a different table, you know? Oh, and abundance work for you, Arabella. Accept what is in abundance. So the abundance level is kind of capped at the moment because you're not willing to go in a new direction or do something a little bit different. So just question that. You know, if we stay in our comfort zone, we can't have more money, is what that's saying really, and it's true, right? Abundance, it's how big we share our gifts with the world. If you manage to find a way of sharing your gifts to the whole of the world, you're going to be really abundant. If you don't, if you hide them away, you're not going to be abundant, right? And so taking it to the next level is what I'm getting there, Arabella, for your abundance. Out of your comfort zone. Thanks, Deepta. Oh, hey. Thanks, Deepta. Any guidance on what my higher self thinks is most important right now? What's most important right now for you, Deepta? Marmite and cheese. It's the best. Toast with butter and a thin layer of cheese and a thin layer of Marmite. Oh, yum. Vegemite's better than Marmite though, sorry. Deepta. Oh, again, you too, like Arabella, taking yourself out of your current limits, out of your comfort zone to something new and being okay about that. So you've got a definition of yourself, Deepta, is what I'm hearing. Limits, you put yourself in a box, you've given yourself labels, and it's limiting you, and you need to be okay about giving that up to get into the new, you know. That's what's most important now, is dropping the labels and boxes that you've put yourself in, so that you can just be open and like, oh well, what's possible now? Remember, we're in changing times. Remember what this one said. Transcendence. She's taken us into a whole new reality kind of thing. We've got to let go and be like really open right now, more than any time in history, because everything is changing right now, or it's about to. And have compassion and love for yourself. So that's why you got the gentle okayness card out with this. It's okay that you put those labels on yourself, but to be ready for this new paradigm that we're entering, this new chapter that we're entering, where reality is going to be so different. You've got to have compassion and love for yourself. Be okay about it, but then also let go of those boxes you put yourself in, the labels, you know. See you, Christine. I'm scared of snakes and spiders. There's no snakes in New Zealand, right? Jackie, do you have a question? General. I've seen it. Thanks for your donation, Jackie. Jackie, you too. This follow your knowing is your intuition. Your intuition has told you something, Jackie. You got to go for it. So yours isn't like just sit at a different table in a cafe. Yours has told you something bigger than that. So that's why you're holding yourself back from it. You're not trusting it. The choice. You got a choice to make. You don't really trust it, but your intuition is telling you to go for it. Your intuition has told you what it is, and it's like, go for it, do it, do it, do it. Just trust your higher self on it, especially the random stuff, you know. That's what our guidance is. It's random. Something to do with a friend and something much bigger, much better. A friend maybe that has opened up to something much bigger, much better is leading you there. I don't know. Something about a friend. And much bigger. That makes sense to you. So some intuition that you've had about doing something or listening to a friend or something like that, I don't know. You'll know what it is yourself, hopefully. Or you will do soon. Sometimes my readings preempt stuff, you know. No snakes in New Zealand. Snakes here. I don't mind them. They're alright. Spiders, okay too. Even the big ones. What do we have here? Big lizards. Tokay lizards too. Geckos that are like this size. Tokay is the kind of blue colour. And we've got the big monitor lizards and all those. We've got snakes, yeah, no dangerous ones. We did have a king cobra on this island, but they're not native to this island. We've got pangolins that are like armadillos. We've got, what else have we got on this island? Nothing really dangerous. Mosquitoes are dangerous, of course, because we've got dengue. Dengue's dangerous. No, the animals aren't that dangerous here. Oh, we've got some like big wasp kind of things in the jungle. I've heard about them. I've never seen them that attack you. They chase you. I've heard about them. I've not seen them myself. I've got sage here. And Palo Santo is better than sage, I find. Let me show you. Here's my sage. This one has got rose petals on it. Palo Santo, it's the best. Do you know Palo Santo wood? It smells divine, and it's so much more powerful than sage for clearing energy. I use it in my energy healing sometimes. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. It smells gorgeous. It smells like incense, churches. It smells a bit like frankincense. There you go. Do you? It's the best. And it's very powerful for cleansing. Clearing energy, transmuting stuff. Oh, it's the best. Yeah, it's not easy to find, you're right. It is not easy to find. That's why I've got sage, because I couldn't get it. I tried to get Palo Santo and I couldn't get it. I kept on ordering it and then they kept on cancelling my order and refunding my money because they couldn't source it. But then I found this kit and it had this one and it had four sage things in it. I've got one left because I gave two of them away to friends. That one, and it had a stick of Palo Santo in it. So I bought it for the Palo Santo, really. Been using the sage as well, but not as much because sage is a bit smoky. Palo Santo is awesome. Yeah, it is. It's a nicer smoke. It is. It's a nicer smoke. You know, sage is a bit bonfirey, really. It is. Holy wood. It smells divine. Oh my God. I wanted to get a big bag of it because I was going to give it out to everybody. I know, isn't it gorgeous? Smell it now. It smells like a church. That's what I used to like about churches. I didn't like anything else about them. But you know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, just the smell of the church was awesome. Crap that went on in it wasn't that good. Etsy shops, did they? Oh, yum. Yeah, a bit of a stretch. Okay, so our choices are, we can trust our choices now, or maybe you can't. It just depends on what stage you're at. Maybe if you're still in that codependency thing, if you're still in that the first stages of awakening and stuff, maybe you can't trust your choices yet. Maybe you're right to be like that. I know I can. I can feel it. I can feel it coming, that reunion. I can feel it coming. I can feel my readiness for it, you know? I can. So we've got to trust our choices. Half a pound. How much is half a pound in real? In kilograms and grams? Oh, a pound is what? Oh, it's probably about a one. No, half. quarter of a kilo maybe. Stone clears energy, yes, it does. Like storms. Storms are the best. Command storms to happen. They clear energy good. Best. And that's a mixture, right? Crystal balls. Sounding bowls with the wand. It's in. Have you all done my 21 wishes in 21 days? Got a bowl. It's a storage somewhere in Australia. Used it in that. In those meditations. I think they're still available on BeHealing.com, that meditation program. Not those. 28 grams. It's quite a light wood though, isn't it? Let's go. Did you see that? It hit me in the face. You got a gong. Oh my God. I was trying to find a gong. When I had my house in the UK, I had a huge house. 4 levels. Oh, Victorian house, 3 floors and a cellar. And so, like the kids' rooms, my eldest son was on the first floor. My other 2 kids, their rooms were on the top floor, and my room was on the top floor too. And if dinner was ready, because we didn't have it would have been great if we had the Apple, the smart speakers and stuff. Then they can tell people what's going on, but we didn't have that then. So I wanted a gong, and I was trying to look for a gong, and I never found one. I wanted a gong. I wanted a big gong, like a dinner gong. Yeah, I want a big one. Oh. I had a big one at a meditation retreat. Where was that? Something. Big gong. Used to sound it when it was meditation time. Not like that. Oh, when we used to take it in turns to do it. Well, not take it in turns. The monk would say, "Claire, it's your turn to sound the gong." I'd be like, "Yes!" And I'd want to go like this. It's like, no. You do it like a singing bowl around the edge with the big, like a big fluffy gongy thing, yeah, around the edge of it. This one, 7 of Pentacles, work in progress. This is about growing stuff, seeing it sprouting, coming up. Look, some fruit's being yielded. You can see it growing now. This is you. You can see you growing now, becoming something, getting ready for something. Like I said, that's what I'm feeling in myself. I'm getting ready for it. I can feel my readiness for it now. This reunion thing. It's growing stuff. He's happy with it too. Happy with himself. Happy with what is growing in himself. How he's changing. It's a very large gong. Oh, I want a gong. Yeah, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? To clear the energy. Growing yourself. Learning, growing. We're the project. We are our number one priority. And of course, when I did that, of course, everything started working for me. Not just letting people in, but when you start letting love in, you start letting money in too. So abundance becomes so super easy after that. Because it's all the same vibration, love and abundance. It's all the same thing. If you close down to it, you close down to it all. If you're open to it, you're open to it all. And so why does it work? Why does the self-love thing work? Why does the prioritizing you and making you your number one project, your full-time job, why does that work? It seems insanely selfish. Why does it work? Because it's aligned with your higher self, because the universe is like, yes, at last, Claire's looking after herself, because no one else can. I've got to take care of each other, yes, but you can only do that properly and not with resentment or not with codependency and stuff if you're looking after yourself first. Like I said, then it's clean. The people that I do dealings with now, they've got clean energy, and I've pulled away from the ones that haven't now too, because there's just can't get anywhere with them. The other ones. Linda, thank you. Should I accept the offer for the building? Let's find out. Should you? Before you do, you need to clean up some energy that you've got about it. And it's something that, have you ever heard Esther Hicks talk her story? I haven't listened to her for a very long time. I used to listen to her a lot years ago. But there's a story that she told about a house that she'd got, and she was having some flooring put down, and she always hated the flooring afterwards because they did like a half job on it. They didn't get what she wanted, what she really wanted. They said, oh, we'll do this instead and put some kind of coating on it, and it came off or something like that. And she's always aware of it, and she always points it out to people. Yeah, that story. This is really similar energy to that. So that building, you're kind of putting it down, and you've got that energy, and you're kind of telling people, even if you don't tell them out loud, saying, look at the floor, isn't it terrible? You're holding that in their energy, and there'll be a bit of uneasiness when people see it. So this is saying, before you accept the offer for the building, I don't think you should accept the offer for the building, because I think you've had this energy. I think they're a bit, there's a shit bit to this, but I'll have it. You can probably get more if you get rid of this energy. So what happened with that building? Someone did some work on it, it wasn't quite right, and you've not been happy with it. Something like that. It's just like Esther's story. She said she would like take people around it, and they'd be all like, oh, it's so beautiful, this place is so beautiful, and then she'd point out the floors. Yeah, but look at the floor here, it's shit. Point out the shit bit. So I would say no. I'd say clean up your energy, and you'll get a better offer. You've got a shit bit in your energy about that place. Someone did work, you're blaming them for it, but you're still holding on to that. Just let it go. Could be perfect for someone. It could be perfect for someone. Like in that scenario, that Esther's example, whoever buy that house, if she would just give it up about the floor and just let it be okay, it could be that the person that really wants that house has like a friend who is like this famous and impressive like mosaic artist or something, and they want to do the floors and all of that, that someone wants to buy that house that would trash the floors anyway. It would be perfect for someone, you know what I mean? And so give it up. Whatever you think is wrong with that building, give it up. Give it up, because it's not a shit bit. Like it's like our flaws, right? It's not a shit bit. It's like that shadow work in ourselves. It's not a shit bit of us. We shouldn't point out those things or feel bad, shame, and guilt about it. You're not going to get into a good relationship like that. It's just exactly the same thing with this building to me. Meditate. There's nothing wrong with it. Things don't have to be perfect. It doesn't make them wrong and bad. It was exciting. It's very clear energy there, right, Linda? Very clear. Does anyone know that story? Is it just me? So we've got the Seven of Pentacles there, growing ourselves, putting ourselves first. Us being our full-time job. Coffee's going cold, I need to drink it. This is kind of telling me that, you know, we've got the threshold. We're on the threshold of something. We've got transcendence there, helping us into this new age. Can you hear me? The feminine is, the divine feminine is holding that energy, asking for what it is that she wants. What was this dude about? Oh yeah, patience. Patience. We've got the Queen of Swords there, really strongly, firmly being in that. Six of Pentacles, waiting for reciprocation, trusting that reciprocation, but realizing that the masculine is showing as a teenager right now, freshly awakened. The promises might not empty, but might not be wise yet. Let's put it that way. And we've got a reunion and realizing that our choice is still valid. We do have to be a bit wary though. So that's what I didn't get out of the energy update today. I didn't put in there is that it's right to be a bit wary. No, I did say that. See, I did get that. I'm good. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles of growing ourselves. We are our number one priority. And if you do that, you're aligned with the universe because the universe knows that too. So when everything starts working for you, we've got to take care of ourselves first. Wow. Wow. Two cards have come out straight away of this. Accurate AF. We've got abundance and fortitude, abundance and strength here with the Nine of Rings. It's that. The Nine of Rings is the single person fulfilling their wishes first. Abundance and fortitude, feeling strong in yourself, self-loving, doing it all for yourself, getting ready for that relationship. And the reason I talk about relationships so much now, apparently, in my readings is because it's what's going to take us to the next level. It's the masculine and the feminine coming together and working together now in a way powerful way. We haven't experienced it before. We haven't experienced these relationships that are going to start. So this is why it's very important to be this first, Nine of Rings first, the Nine of Pentacles first, doing it for ourselves, self-loving, getting to the point like where I am now, where I'm just loving my life and it's just everything's working out. But the relationship right now. And like I've said before, that's because the relationship's the hardest thing. If you think about it, abundance is steady. It's a steady energy. It's a steady vibration. We might be all over the place, like, oh shit, it's not working. This, I'm bad. I don't deserve it. And our energy's up and down like that. But abundance stays at that same vibration all the time, and so we can catch it. Relationships are like this. We're all over the place. Both of us are all over the place. So that's why it's so important to hold your vibration right now. And we've got the Fool, new journey. Video close, lagging behind. The Fool, new journey. Look, she's got a choice there. She's got a tea towel over her head. Optimism and freedom. There's a choice. There is a choice to be made now. Look at it. There's that mountain again. We're almost at the top of the mountain. Look what's beyond that mountain there. Looks like the Akashic Records hall, doesn't it? Again. She's got, what's she got in her hands here? She's got a crystal ball and she's also got, is that another crystal or is it something else? Someone's heart. That's what I just heard, someone's heart. What is it? Can anyone see what that is? I just heard it's someone's heart. Look at the progression there of the Fool. She's in the clouds. Thoughts. Consciousness, right? It starts off in consciousness, holding that. Then she's got to swim through all of that water, the emotions, to get to that base of that mountain, then climb the mountain, materials, the earthy materials, get to the top. So starting out with the swords, to the cups, to the pentacles, and then it's the wands, then it's the wands, then it's the passion. The Fool, the Fool's journey. I heard it's a heart that she's got in her hand there. So a new journey, a new start, a new chapter. Everyone's having it. New chapter for everyone. Because the paradigm is going to totally change. And the things that I'm talking about is the forerunners. It's those people that are going to be twin flame relationships. The first wave of them. We don't have any yet. We don't have any yet. People that think that they are, they're not. There's people in different stages of awakening that think that they're with a twin flame and they're not. Now, I'm not saying that some of them haven't come together already to be apart, but we haven't got this union yet of them both being divine and awakened and ready for the progression of it. And I think with the first wave, we're still not going to get it now. Because I almost said before that some of the masculines are ready, and then I heard no, they're not. They're still in the teenage energy. So yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Because I was told to do those twin flame, pick a card yesterday. It's where we have that period of separation, right? You hear about that in the twin flame journey, about these periods of separation, and that's kind of the truth. But people are applying it to all kinds of toxic relationships, and that's not the truth. But just because you have separation with someone doesn't make them the twin flame. Just because it's difficult doesn't make them the twin flame. But there is something in that coming together, and then to trigger each other, plant a seed in each other, and then to separate, because we have to be alone to do the healing work. We have to. And the self-love work, we have to. In twin flame, they end up pushing each other away. I think at the start, yes. There's a lot of twin flame teachings out there that, according to my guides, is complete crap though. Because my guides are telling me that twin flame relationships, it is about a divine masculine, divine feminine coming together, very high vibrational. Like, forget about it. If you're everything in your life isn't working out, forget about it. You're not meeting your twin flame, because it's got to be brilliant in every other area of your life, and then you're ready for it. And this is the reason, because they come together. Yeah, at first they're going to come together, trigger each other to get themselves up to that level, to a higher level of alignment. And then, but when they actually come together, which hasn't happened yet, when they come together, they've got a job to do, and it's in creating a new paradigm kind of thing with the divine masculine, divine feminine working together, and kind of leading together in different aspects of the world. So whatever it is that you're interested in, you're both interested in. And that's what we want, right? That's what we want leaders to be. We want them to be the most evolved, the highest vibration people leading the way. That's what we need. That's what we've been lacking. We've had the opposite. We've had like the most fearful, because we've been in a paradigm of the toxic masculine, right? So we've had like the most toxic being put up there as the leaders. That's not what we want, and that's not what's going to happen now. And now we're going to get the highest vibrational. So the twin flames are here to do something, not necessarily to sit there going, "Hi, we're twin flames," because they are not. They are wounded. They are wound mates when they're at that stage of the wounding, the healing themselves. But not to do that, but say to a divine masculine, divine feminine that are interested in technology, say, coming together, and then with their combined energy, taking things to the next level in technology. It's something like that. 150-year-old building that has your business. Wow. 150. How do you even know who your twin is? I don't know. I told you, none of them have come together yet. I might have met mine last year. He might be coming back for this reunion. He's certainly the only person ever on the face of the planet that I have ever met that increases my vibration. So that's what I know. So I don't know. I don't know if he is. Could be. It certainly matches visions that I've had in the past. It could do. Or it could be someone else. Me meeting him could be a carrot. It could be leading me to that? I just don't know. I know I'm okay with not knowing. It'd be amazing if it is him, but it would be amazing if it was someone else as well. So I don't know. How do you know? One thing that I do know, not only is he the only person on the face of the planet that's actually taken my energy up, that doesn't drain me. Everyone else drains me. He makes me feel like a little kid again. It's like a long lost childhood friend. There was an instant connection there. So there's that, and I have channeled that too. That there's that childlike. It takes you back to that innocence. There's that aspect of it. So that's two indicators of it. Not the toxic stuff and the running and all of that. But I do get strongly that they do trigger each other at first. They will be coming together, parting, and then coming back together. So that's why the reunion card comes out so much. But not back and forth and pushing each other away. No, that's toxic relationships. Again, we are coming from a toxic masculine paradigm. We're used to that. So of course people are going to still be in that mindset of the toxic masculine. Oh, it's toxic, it must be right. It's not. Also, mine was this guy that I met and was with for a short time. What was I going to say? Oh, very reciprocal. Very reciprocal. In fact, yeah, codependent. And doing way too much for other people. It's just so open-hearted. So much, to a fault. So he was taken advantage of by people and, all of that control with his boss. And, it's just messed up. That's why I had to take a step away from him. I can't be around this stuff while you're in that. It reminds me of myself when I was that age. I'm 49, about to be 50. He's 33. I was like that at that age. I was in the codependency still. So maybe it's not him. Or maybe he's awakening. I don't know. Who knows? Really. Gabe, higher self message. No, I uplift him. He's well aware that it's true love. He's all about love. He's a bit of a hippie, really, but world champion, Muay Thai. We're so similar to each other in vibration. The ad popped up ahead of my video. Oh my God, I love it. Has anyone else seen that ad on YouTube? The one that Awaraga, where this woman, there's a couple there. She goes, "Hi, we're twin flames." I've only seen it once. It reports me so much. I'm like, no, you're not. Close YouTube down. There's a place for those teachers, though, I know. But what we were saying yesterday, was it? Wouldn't it be great if I do that? If whoever's watching this replay, if when I do that, the advert came on just before it or just after it, that would be hilarious. And the guides have been very funny lately. Some of the cars that have been coming out have been hilarious. Have you noticed that? It's getting quite amusing. I love it when you think it's rose quartz in the hand. I thought it might be, but then I was hearing it's someone's heart. But maybe it does look like this, right? Look at me being all pink. It does look like this. But maybe this is someone's heart. So yeah, to answer it, yeah, he does realize it. I mean, we had that conversation. When was that? A month or so ago, when he was going to move in with me, but then he didn't. Yeah, he's well aware of it too. We'll see. Well, it just depends, like if he's putting the work in or not. It does seem to be, from the readings. He does seem to be, and he's very motivated. I mean, he's someone that can win a world championship. That takes a very persistent, very focused person. He's Virgo too, so Anyway, Gabe. Connection and warmth. Warming your heart up, opening your heart. What opens your heart easily? You know how I said we shouldn't force forgiveness or kind of rush grief or anything like that, that we can't really do it. Same with gratitude too. We can't force gratitude. We're not meant to do that. We're meant to be grateful for what we're truly grateful for, you know? Not kid ourselves. Connections that actually open your heart, just like what I was talking about, right? Who uplifts you? Who opens your heart? Who closes it down? Who does it naturally and easily? You don't have to force it. You don't have to push past it. You know, like these people that are in that very much wounded warrior stage, but very sensitive, need a lot of healing. Most of the spiritual types, in fact, are in that stage. It comes after the awakening stage with a law of attraction kind of thing, showing the universe is there for you and it's kind of magic and all of that. That's the first stage. Second stage is the wounded healer. So you've got that healing to do, and that's that. You can't to force your heart to open in that stage, which a lot of the teachers are asking people to do. It's so fucking dangerous. Because I tried it, I did it, I managed it. It's so dangerous. And that's what the abuse is in. When you're wounded and then you force yourself to be open like that. Oh hell no! Don't do that. Don't do that. And similarly, connections, relationships. Who actually opens your heart easily? And who are you trying to force your heart open? Who are you trying to force your heart open with? Yeah. See, Timothy? So, Gabe, yeah, there you go. Connections that actually allow you to open up easy, and that's another answer too. To how can you recognize your twin flame? That's another key of it too. It's going to be easy. It's going to be true love. It's very different, right? It's very different. We're so used to love being not love, in fact, longing or romance or attachment, wounding attachment, wound mates. Wound mates are like the best relationships that we can get into until this twin flame relationship, which we haven't experienced yet. But wound mates are, they're very loving, but you're both wounded when you get there. Your wounds match each other. So, see you, Linda. Yeah, rose quartz is linked to the heart, so that's what I was hearing. It's someone's heart. Just got a heart in a hand. Overwhelming and move away. Those that overwhelm your heart, just move away from them. Walk away. Queen of Swords it. You deserve someone that opens your heart naturally. So it's like flying. It's like the feeling that you get when you're doing the self-love yourself. So for those of you that are like in a situation like me, where you're doing that Nine of Pentacles, where you're everything else in your life is just awesome, and you feel like, whoo, flying, you know, that sticker on Facebook. It's a little Asian girl, or boy, I think, a girl. You can't tell with Asians, right? But she's jumping up in the air and she's got her arms like outspread like that. That it's the feeling of that sticker. That's what the twin flame relationship will feel like. I don't know, because I'm just like explaining what I know that I've channeled, that I've been told, and also my experience with that guy last year. But I still don't even know if he's mine. I think he is. I mean, all the signs are there, but we know, right? Plenty of carrots. Let's get more cards out. This is a long show today, isn't it? Is your man a wound mate? Good question. Let's get some more cards out for the collective first. Thanks for your donation, Arabella. This is for the collective, remember. Wow, look at this. Reef. Sorrow over a loss. We've got some grieving to do of this past that we're leaving behind, the collective. So she's bringing us into a new age, right? She's helping us to transcend. And we've got this. Come on, Video Claire, catch up. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. We've got some grieving to do of the past. It could be past relationships. It probably our past self is probably what it is. Who am I ready to forgive? Ourselves, right? What's a wound mate? A wound mate is often what people think of as a soulmate, and it kind of is. They are soulmates. But it's when you get together with someone and you've got the same pain points, you have early conversations with them about the stuff that has pained you, like from your family or things that you've been through, and you connect and you're like, oh my God, yes, me too, and all of that. You've got similar wounds to each other. It's a very loving and nurturing and safe relationship where you help each other to heal. But just like a hospital, it's not a place to live. So they're not relationships that last, but they are amazing relationships to be in because, and they're always someone that you'll hold dear to your heart afterward. And pretty much any good relationship that you've had will be a wound mate so far. That's what a wound mate is. Matching wounds. We're there to heal each other, help each other heal, be that safe space. Sometimes people heal in that relationship, sometimes they don't. That's what a wound mate is. And you can recognize them because of that. When you first meet each other, you've got very similar wounds, so you kind of mirror it back to each other, those wounds, and seeing it clearly in them helps you to deal with it. And also they hold that very loving toward each other because you understand each other because you've got similar wounds, right? So you have that safe space for each other emotionally, you know. Arabella. Is your man a wound mate? Trust myself sex? Probably yes. Because this is you not trusting yourself. You know how I was talking about that 7 of emotions, the choices. You not trusting your choices, especially when it comes to this. So I don't know, this could be it could be anything from sexual abuse that you might have. It needn't be that though. It could be just unfulfilling sexual relationships. But questioning your choice. It could be that you've had relationships that were not good for your heart, but were good for the sex, and that has you confused about your sexuality, having you choosing someone where you don't have that sexual connection because you think it's linked to abusive behavior or behavior that you don't want. You see, we can piece it all together, but really it's not anything to do with it. You know, you could have a really amazing person and your sexual connection is on fire, and you can have a really shitty person and your sexual connection is on fire. It's not connected. So yes, I would say it's a wound mate, and it's got something to do with sex. Oh my God, absolutely. You can't make it up, can you? These cards. It's about trusting yourself and your choices. So you're choosing. It feels to me like you'd be choosing a lack of sexual fire and passion to try and keep yourself safe. So yes, this is a wound mate relationship, and it's about making you feel safe sexually. Very clear. Genuine people are what open my heart. Genuine, yeah. Authentic, right? Authenticity. We can trust it. We can feel it, can't we? That's the importance of shadow work too. So you're not doing the shadow work. You're hiding something. You're hiding behind a mask. I'm all good. I'm all love and light. That's how you can tell those people aren't twin flames too. It's like you're not aligned enough. You can tell you're not aligned enough because you're not being authentic. You're not being everything. You're not being balanced. You're not real enough. Oh, like the Velveteen Rabbit. So we've got some loss to go through. Sadness, you know. There you go. I knew that you'd ask the right question there, Arabella. Could feel it. Wreath and teardrops. We've got some sadness to go through. There's people to leave behind, wound mates to leave behind especially. My ex, you know, the recent one that's left the island again, but we're wound mates for sure. We met each other. He was a total mess. His wife had left with his 2 kids. He was distraught. So sensitive. And I was messed up. I was drinking heavily at the time. We met each other, and I always knew that it was going to be important to me. But we were wound mates, absolutely. And it was about the children being taken away stuff. I've had that too, you know. Wound mates. That's why it's so hard to let go of him now because we're so close. but it's a roommate closeness. We've got forgiveness to do, we've got release to do. Ashna, it's by donation, Ashna, for the personal ones. Check out the thingy, the pinned comment. Woo! You've always been restricted sexually, and so the sexuality with him out of your comfort zone. Okay, there you go. How interesting, huh? Oh my god, chair filled, someone new's entering your life. Can't see the face there. And if you're donating by PayPal, sometimes PayPal is a bit slow to send me emails through, just lately. I think it's a Mercury in retrograde thing. Just let me know if you've sent a PayPal donation, because I may not see it. I usually see them straight away, but PayPal's been acting up. So we've got someone to let go of, something to let go of, a past us to let go of, some grieving to do. I so want to be friends with my ex. I told him that, but I don't know whether we can. So I'm still trying to keep it going as it was, and I just can't. I just can't. Now I've experienced that guy last year. It's like that or better. I just cannot. I cannot go back to it. It's not good enough for me. As much as I love him, and I do. Gee, what's that mean? Here you go. Hard work ahead. Oh, it's not going to be easy though. Yes, you've been told this over and over again. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be easy to open our heart. It's going to be uplifting, but there's still work in that, and we're prepped for it because we've been doing the work. Both. Oh, both of us. PayPal charges me fees, but it's all right. I'm pretty sure YouTube charges more. I think YouTube take about 30%. I think they take a third of it. PayPal doesn't. It's a small percentage with PayPal. Look at this. With a new person, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. I know it. I know it. You see, with my man from last year, my biggest wish, the biggest thing inside of me personally, is to experience a loving family, because I didn't have it with my birth family, and I also didn't have it with my ex-husband and the children, my own children. I didn't have that. I didn't have that experience. I had them in my 20s, and I wasn't healed enough to have that experience. And I so want to have that experience. And look at me now living in Thailand, and that culture is the best to me for that, you know. They've got it, like the no codependency but taking care of each other thing, and it's awesome. Right? So, and then meeting my man, and he's got 2 young children, and just straight away, like they were my children, straight away we had an instant connection, and them with me too. We were just an insta family. It was ridiculous. And everyone was like, when you guys going to get married? Like everyone else saw it. And I knew it. I knew after a few days that I was going to get married to him. After a few days of meeting him. I only told him like a month later that I liked him. I was already in love with him at that point. But the kids, yeah, instant. And we just had the best time together. And I'm like, okay, I've always known that I'm going to have another baby. And it makes sense that it'd be in my 50s, just because I like to do things differently. Tell me I can't do it, and I'm going to. But of course, it makes sense, because why are our bodies making children when we don't have the experience of life to be healed? It's to mess each other up, because it's when we mess each other up that we've got the conditions to grow. I know that, but still, it's not ideal, is it? So, I've always known that there's another daughter coming. And then when I met him, and the dynamics with all of us, we just had the best time as a family. It's just awesome. And I'm like, yes, I'd have a child with this one, not with my ex. I had a pregnancy scare, and I am not having your child. No. But yeah, oh yeah, with this guy last year, absolutely, I would. Because that, I can see, it was already the experience that I've been wanting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, April. I'm not sure. I'm open to it. Yeah, I'm not sure. But it's the closest, for sure, that I've ever experienced. That's all I know. That's all I know. Not clear on it yet. Right, so let's get some more cards out and we'll be done with the spirit animals. Anyone else? It also matches a lot of prophecies. When I was 30, I had a reading, first reading I ever had in my life, that said that my man is a professional sportsman and that we would meet middle age when I was halfway through my life, and it would be difficult at first. There'd be problems at first, but then we'd be so happy and we'd have a daughter together. No, he didn't say we'd have a daughter together, that we'd be really happy. I had various readings when I was living in Australia because I used to work with psychics. That's how I started coming out as a psychic and actually doing it as an offering instead of doing it underhanded, passing people's messages on without revealing that what I was doing. We used to read for each other, and yeah, quite a few of them told me, "You're going to be so happy with this guy. You're going to have a daughter. Be extremely happy family." And I could feel it. I could feel it. It's truth in that. What else? And the stuff about Asia too has come up throughout my life. So it is a match. He's a match to everything that I've been told throughout my life. So be fearless and bold. Got to make some bold decisions now, remembering that your choices are better than they ever were before. If you're doing the work, if you're growing. Badger spirit, be fearless and bold. It's the same energy as that fool too. You've got to make a decision and then go with that decision. Yeah. Just watch me get pregnant, haven't you? And it doesn't surprise me either that I got on this self-love journey and then I start doing a lot of mindset and just fall in love with it. And then I knew deep inside me, my man has to do Muay Thai. It's so important to me. Why would that be a condition? But it was like, it has to. He has to. And no, not another martial art would do. It has to be Muay Thai. It's that important to me. Where does that come from? And then, what else? Yeah, and they're just getting to this, like my peak fitness and health, age 50. I mean, I've always been pretty healthy, but looking back, I wasn't that much, really. He wants to have a baby with me. He wants to marry me. He wants to have a family with me. And what else? There's something else. Yeah, and I could feel it when we were together as well. I could feel it. You're scared of it. Yeah. I'm not anymore. And I was going to say then? Keeps on slipping my mind every time I get a hold of it. I can't remember. Oh yeah, when we were together, I could feel it in the energy. I'm reading energy all the time. But yeah, he was trying to get me pregnant. He was totally trying to get me pregnant. Anyway, got brown bear spirit. Take time out. I'm in a timeout at the moment. Backing off. And wasn't that weird, that realization that I had about my man and when we were together, is that we We weren't around other people. We were when we were training, but if we were going around or whatever, we were pretty much hidden away. Like, it's bizarre, but none of my friends met him. They all seem to have opinion about him, but none of them have met him. Isn't that weird? But it was like we were protected, and I think that's what I've been given as well, is that these twin flames will be protected. So there's a lot of signs there. Yeah, the badger again. You've got to be fearless and bold. Take time out. Reel it back in, we've been getting that message. To reel it back in, really take good care of yourself now. Told not to socialize, even not training as much as before. Yeah, absolutely, Arabella. Absolutely, Arabella. It's like the name of a show. Absolutely, Arabella. Hummingbird spirit, be here now. Or a business. Absolutely, Arabella. Hummingbird spirit, be here now. Yeah, taking time out, being here now, being in the present moment, not being impatient. I'm not impatient at the moment. In fact, if you showed up right now, a freak. I do feel kind of ready for it. Well, no, it might not be him. It might have been the character, someone else. But I know he's very fucking close to all of the signs for sure. I won't mind it being him. He's a bit beaten up, but it's cute. Started fighting again now as well. Good on him. I want to go see him fight. I've had a lot of dreams as well. Oh my God, yes, that's another part of it too. My dreams over the last 20 years have been about me being with a boxer, and doing these things. What were my dreams about? Almost 20 years ago, I had a dream about being with a boxer, and God, it's hard to remember dreams from so long ago. I also had dreams about when I first started doing Muay Thai. I had dreams about traveling around doing this thing, doing Muay Thai with this person. He always had no face on him, but we were kind of doing a show and taking it out into the world. And it was fun. It was so much fun doing this show in Thai and in English with a microphone, like in towns, just setting it up and then showing people. And then I had this idea about a business. It was after I met him. I had this idea for a business. I want to do that business with him too. It'd be huge. It'd be absolutely huge. And other people have told me as well in the last 10 years, not that I get that many readings from other people, but people tend to offer me these snippets, and a lot of them are just totally wrong. People tell me stuff all the time. It's just not my truth. It's more about them than me. But sometimes I get some truth from people. And I remember one saying, I'm going to be huge in the fitness world, fitness and health world, going to do something huge. And I think, yeah, I've seen visions of this same thing as well. It's exciting. So be here now. I've got to wait. Listen, but it's not kind of waiting. It's just being, yeah, be strong and hibernate. That's it, isn't it? To be strong and hibernate. Wait. Keep our vibration steady. That's what we're doing right now. We're keeping our vibration steady. When it starts, it might start in 2 days with this new moon or around this new moon, around this time, Valentine's Day. The 15th is significant too. A crystal man gave me this. And he said start wearing it, keep it near your body from the 15th onwards. With his little smile. He's magic. He's magic too. So yeah, this Aquarius stuff that we've got going on, it's enough of that. Did I just look at, yeah, I did. You could. I mean, he is. He's going to show up in person. That's the next step. He ain't going to message me. Guess who came by? His friend. One of his best friends drove by on his scooter when I was training yesterday afternoon. Looked. Smiled at him. Relaying information. He's just going to show up, hey. But he'll make sure that I'm here first. And I'm being watched, I know it. Yeah, hibernation. I know. But is it nice though, April? My hibernation is nice. I like it. I'm really happy at the moment. People might be worried about me because I just seem to be working and sleeping and swimming, and but it's great, and training. It's great. Really great energy. Like I said, when I wasn't training, when I had that injury and I wasn't training, first time in my life that I realized it. Wow, I am happy with no external stuff going on, no socializing, no drinking, no like chemicals involved or whatever, no training even, so chemicals involved in that, or filling our lives up with other stuff. Sure, I was still doing my work, but I wasn't hardly making any videos too. And I'm like, wow, I am really happy in the void kind of thing. And I wasn't bored and I wasn't lonely, just really, really happy with no external. Well, there's a little bit of work externals, a little bit of validation there of the abundance kept flowing, of course, and a bit of this, but dogs are pissed about it. Really? I'm being watched, I know it. It's watching this as well. I know you are. Chop wood. Do the little. I smiled at him. I didn't wave at him. I probably had boxing gloves on. Or skipping or something. I can't remember. Chop wood. Doing the little chores. Just, keeping ourselves busy with the little stuff. Be without all the externals. Before, when I was kind of in the void, I would still succumb to the socializing thing to feel better. Or hanging out with my ex. So a huge ringing in your ear. Like that. Oh, painting the office. That's a good one to do. Me, it's self-care. And it's funny, isn't it? My massage person a couple of months ago said, you need to get some really nice stuff and put it on your skin. I'm seeing you like really the feeling stuff, like the sensual stuff, putting stuff on your skin. And then found L'Occitane, which is just high vibe stuff for sure. And then when I told her about it, I'm like, smell it, smell it, smell it. And she was like, yes, that's what I saw. I saw ages ago. Soulmates. I saw ages ago you putting something really nice on your skin. You need to do that. She keeps on saying she says stuff about eating sugar and stuff, and she's kind of young. So she's got the right vibrations, but when we can only translate what we're getting through as far as our awareness is within ourselves, not beyond that. And so the younger ones tend not to have so much life experience, and so can translate it to being something that isn't right, but the vibration's right, That's all I do is work, come home, hang with kids. You love it. Yeah, isn't it good? You hated it before because you felt lonely. Yeah. I'm not, and I'm not bored at all. Quite the opposite. I've got so much to do. And you know what I do? I love listening to Missy. Not that I agree with everything, but she's my entertainment. That's the way I entertain. It's like pretty much my only entertainment now is watching Missy in the evenings from her live, which is usually in the middle of the night for me. So I watch it in the evening afterward. I don't watch it, I listen to it. But yeah. And even in the last few days, she was away, so she wasn't doing them. I can't remember what I did, but my time seems to be full, and I'm not feeling lonely in the slightest. And this helps too. You guys, thank you for being here. I don't feel alone. We're connecting with each other. Soulmates. Yeah. Soulmates. That's sweet. Being watched over and protected there. I was getting that protection of them. You find that you're protected. Oh, it's so good, Arabella. L'Occitane. L'Occitane. I just put this on my hands before on my feet. This is a light one though. Today I'm receiving my two packets of it should be coming soon. The advent calendar that they were selling off. It's just not with samples. It's actually got full. It's got big things in it. This one. Oh, I'm excited. So I'm going to do a video on it. I just feel to do a video on it. I don't know why. I never do. I won't do like health and beauty stuff before, really, but I do feel like making a video about that stuff. I don't know. Partly because when I was getting it, I wanted to know about the other products. Once I started using the products, I'd heard that they were amazing, and then I saw this special offer because the shop had just opened here in Bangkok, and put itself on Lazada, and we're giving all these freebies away. So now I bought a little bit of stuff and I got a lot of stuff for free. And then trying it out, I'm like, yes, this is amazing. So then, of course, I'm on YouTube looking at reviews for all the other products. And there's not that many out there. I'm like, what's going on here? It's probably because it's really high vibration stuff. Oh, it's expensive too. It's probably because it's really high vibration stuff. And I'm just like, well, I was looking for that information and hardly finding any of it. I need to put that information that I was looking for. My favorite Thai food. Oh my God, it's all so good. Khao soi is amazing. It's a northern Thailand dish. It's just so good. Oh my God. Nam tok is nice too. There's just so many dishes here. I actually like the home cooking better, not the food that you would get in a restaurant, especially in a Thai restaurant overseas. That stuff's good, like green and red curry, it's always good. Massaman. But the home cooking, ooh, so good. Who got hacked? Who got hacked? When I'm in my head, then you feel alone. But yeah, because we judge ourselves, don't we, Arabella, when we get in our heads? We start judging ourselves. Yeah. When you're aligned, you feel great. I love it. Damn, let's take it to the next level. Let's do that in a relationship. I want that. Yeah. As great as it was with me and my mum, we did throw each other out of alignment. We did. Food here is different. Oh, it's so good. It's the best. It's the best. I love my food on tours. That's another thing I was told as well, that it would feed me. Feeding each other is a big thing in Thailand. But the first time I sat next to him after we'd been training together, we trained together all the time, right? He would always choose to train me first. But I had to, right? But after training, there was a French couple there, and they'd made us crepe. And so we were having crepe with icing sugar and lemon. He brought all of it with him with a container. So I sat next to him because I was secretly in love with him. And he started hand feeding me. He started making me crepes and actually putting it in my mouth for me. So yeah, psychics would tell that, you'll know, he'll feed you. But they all do, you see, it's Thai, they feed you, they all do. So it's not, you know, it's not just that. Hey Mandy, how are you? Haven't seen your name in a while, Mandy. You've been a customer of mine for a long time, it feels like. Or maybe not. Dirksen. Or maybe you're not the person I'm thinking of. Mandy, Amanda, someone with a name really similar to you, if it isn't you. Observe. Just wait and see. Remember that that seahorse spirit. Just wait and see. It's going to be better than you even think. I want to put the just wait and see is what I'm getting from that card. I want to put the soulmates on the outside of it too. I've grown so much, right? I'm so much happier in myself. And like I say, wouldn't it be great to have a child once you're healed? Can actually do it. Papaya salad, it's nice. It's okay. It's not my favorite. Oh, I tell you what though. What's it called? Lab. Lab. Oh my God. And there's this thing, I can't remember the name of it, but it's awesome. You get these leaves, there's this plant, it's a tree, and the leaves are kind of that shape, and they can be quite big or they can be small. And you get that, and then there's this dish, and it has lots of little things in it. There's like 7 dishes in a small amount. And you get this leaf, and you put a little bit of each of these little things in it. And then there's a way of folding it up to make this cup, and then you eat it like that. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Hey, Naomi. First time visit. Dickerson. You know, I've got a customer from a long time ago, Mandy Dickerson, she's called. So similar your names. Yeah, it's Dickerson. Lab guy. Lab. Double A. Lab. Constance here, we have short and long one. It's lab. It's the long one. Guy. Chicken. Nom, nom, nom. Like, ooh. Pig. Pork. Yum, 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 yum. The food is amazing here. Let's see who we've got here. It's a long show today. 2.5 hours already. I've got the weekly read for next week to do today. That'll be published in 2 days' time, 2.5 days' time. Security, interesting. You know, I'm getting that message of protection, that these twin flames are going to be protected. Security too, a lot of security in that, them protecting you, you protecting them, it being very safe space kind of thing. Secure. Give us more. Traffic is amazing. You should all come. Come to this island. I might be moving islands though. My man's on the other island, 2 islands away. He might have got his gym back by now. I don't know. He'd lost everything. That's what happens though, right? That awakens people. I guess I was already kind of awake anyway. Let's get another card out. Or is it just security? And that's what we're doing as well at the moment, is like we're being helped like never before from the spirit world. But this whole, if you got the same memo from the universe like I did in the first week of January, to pull it back now, to stop social, just really withdraw and to do that hibernation thing. If you got that too, and you've been doing that, that is us keeping ourselves secure, providing that security too, and that vibration is going to bring in miracles. This was on the bottom of the deck before, but I didn't take it out. It's going to bring in miracles. Let's get some of these out. What was that? Not been with him much since my birthday, just texts bunch like twice. Feels me, feels to pull away. Yeah, we need to disconnect. Like that's what I've got going on with my ex at the moment as well, my ex-boyfriend. So hard when you love each other so much and you want to be, I want to be friends with him. I'm just sure it's not I think I can be friends with him. I don't think he can be friends with me. It's hard. It's a small island. It's a small community. You got to do things cleanly. Have clean breaks from people here. But also, we're part of the community. Joint friends, you know, to navigate these things. Yeah, it takes time to figure it out, right? Look what we've got here. Wow! The mentor. You see these explosions that are going on here and the owl? It's like spirit helping us, shielding us from that, shielding us from all of these explosions. You know, a lot of people getting triggered by the darkness at the moment. We're all given this opportunity to do our shadow work. which means getting triggered in the shadow work, the self-judgments, the things that we don't like about the world, about other people. Now the muggles just react to that and kick off about it and project it on other people, and it makes them angry and they get dangerous, right? And so we're being shielded from that shit. If you're doing the shadow work, you're shielded from that shit. That's like when I was saying before, I watched Missy last night and she was talking about the crap that guys say. And I put a comment on there, like the recording of it, saying about those guys. The two ex-boyfriends both told me this exact same thing. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. Near the time that when I first met them. And they were the most jealous people because they're not doing the shadow work. They're trying to disown jealousy and say they're not that, but we all are it. Of course we can all be jealous. If you're in a partnership with someone, a relationship with someone, and they're cheating on you, of course you're going to be jealous. You're a human being. Of course, you shouldn't want to dumb that down or not feel it, be totally numb. What would you want to do? Take drugs so that you can't even feel that shit? Of course we're jealous. Of course we have jealous bones in our body, each and every one of us. So be very wary of those people that say things like that. They're the ones that are exploding right now. Don't like darkness. I do. I love it about yourself. We're everything. We're not just light. Yeah, the guides are super protective right now. We're being protected, absolutely. So that's what that is, the mentor. Spiritual mentors. A lot of them at the moment. A lot of them at the moment. Extra backup we've got at the moment. Then we've got the offering. This is about the relationship. How do I know that? Because it's the ring. It's commitment. Commitment came out in the energy update today. There's commitment being offered now, but just remember the divine masculine. Not meaning men, but it is mostly men that are in the divine, in the masculine energy. Let's not call them divine yet. Or the feminine divine, come to think of it. Let's not call any of them divine yet, because we're yet to experience that and know what it is. But the masculine is in the teenage stage at the moment. So take it with a pinch of salt. Not with a pinch of salt. Take it for what it is, for where they're at. I love my bracelets. They're the best. They don't want people to know that they're jealous. They were the most jealous guys I've been out with. They're making shit up. Like, I've been out with guys that make shit up. I'm good looking. I've got a lot of guys. Like, it's just so many of them are attracted to me. It's just boring to me. You know, because they're not even getting to know me. Some of them do get to know me too, but most of them don't get to know me. They just like the way I look. And, you know, whoever I'm with has got to put up with that stuff. And they shouldn't be jealous about it, but some of them do. Even the ones that don't tell me that they don't have a jealous bone in their body. They get jealous too, and they imagine that I've got like lots of boyfriends, and I don't. They always imagine that, and it's about them, of course, because that's what they would do. That's the energy that they're at. They would do that if they had as much attention that I got. They would be out there doing that. I don't. Sleep with the lights on. Wow. People, yeah. So be careful of people that aren't doing the shadow work. The people that denounce anything like that. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I never get angry. I never get angry. Oh shit. Be careful of that person, because they're going to fly into a rage if something triggers them. And all of the anger that they've suppressed will come out at once. Inappropriately. Anger is appropriate at appropriate times. Should you ever want to, you know how I said, would you want to numb yourself enough to have a partner and not feel jealous if they're cheating on you right in front of you? Of course you wouldn't. You want to feel the jealousy then. Absolutely you do. And probably anger too. Would you want to be able to walk down the street and see a baby being beaten up by a man and not feel angry? No, because anger, there's a righteous anger, right? That makes you step in, that makes you stand up, makes you be this. Makes you be this, right? Don't put up with any kind of shit. We feel that anger. I'm not talking about disappropriate anger of like blowing up in rage because we express so much anger about what's going on in our lives, what people have done to us and all of that. And then when someone cuts us off in traffic, we get out of a car, we drag them through their window and punch them in the face. That is rage. That's a symptom of suppressed anger, of someone not doing the shadow work and realizing that they are angry, that they are jealous, that they're everything, we're everything. And when we know we're everything and we can accept anger, we can let it come out in the right circumstances, we're not pushing it down, then we never get to the point of rage. Ta-da! If we accept our jealousy at the right time, then we never get to the point of making it up, making shit up about someone and projecting it onto them. Yeah? And that's what they did each time, those guys that don't have a jealous bone in their body. They just made shit up about me. They were feeling jealousy when it wasn't appropriate and putting it on me. That's like rage. Yeah? This is why we have to do the shadow work. Otherwise, we're out of control. And that's why we've got to feel everything to heal it. We've got to feel it first. We've got to allow ourselves to feel it. We've got to admit that we've got it inside of us. We're all capable of anything. But it's when we're trying to deny it and judge it in ourselves and say that we don't have it and judge it in other people. They have it, but I don't have it. That's when it turns around and bites us on the bum. It's a horrible feeling, isn't it? Jealousy. Oh my God. Oh, it's horrible. It's like in the pit of your stomach. It's just, oh, it's the worst. I remember I felt it like there's been a couple of times in my life where I've really felt it, and there was reason to feel it. It was because something was going on. I found out later. But ew, it's a horrible feeling. Ugh. You know, all of these negative emotions, it's feedback. When we're clear and not denouncing anything inside of ourselves, then we can truly listen if we're not trying to ignore a feeling. And take that guidance. Like the guidance was right for me each time. Horrible feeling in the pit of your stomach means this person is cheating on you, something's going on. But not if we're trying to push jealousy down, project it onto people in the wrong way, you know. And how do you know whether you've actually done it? Because it doesn't have a control over you anymore. You don't feel it that much once you allow yourself to feel it. Then you can really trust, then you can be trusted, but you can really trust your energy. That's what I like about ties. A lot of people have a problem with ties because they can be crazy. And yes, they can be crazy. We can all be crazy. But the thing is, with a tie, if you are a good person and you're good with them, they're amazing with you. They're amazing with you. But if you come here and then start trying to cause trouble and stealing things and talking shit to people and treating people badly, you're going to think that they're crazy because they will be crazy to you. They are 100% authentic. Not all of them, but most of them, 100% authentic. Then that's why you can trust them. So if I do the wrong thing by someone and they kick off at me, it's authentic. There's a reason for that. Yeah, they are emotionally authentic. So some people think that ties are crazy. They're the crazy ones. They're the ones that are doing the wrong thing by them. People think that ties are great. That's a great person to be around. Like it makes them sound like they are mirrors and they just react to everything. Kind of, yeah. But it's acceptable to be emotionally honest. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. It taught me a lot. Yeah, the worse you and more you fight it, the worse it gets. Absolutely, the negative expression of it comes out. It's true. It's true. You shut yourself up because every time I say something, it gets thrown back at my face. Ugh, been around the wrong people, Ajna. Well, the right people to learn, but things will change for you. Just focus on yourself now. Love yourself. Make you your number one priority. Take care of yourself to your best of your ability. Emotionally, especially for you, Ajna. Yeah, and if we're numbing ourselves, we can't get our guidance because our emotions are our guidance system. It's our personal guidance system. We've got to feel it and not go against it. Yeah, not go against that feeling. Try and override it. If we don't like something, just don't like it. Don't try and pretend that you do like it. It's like, oh no, law of attraction says I've got to like it. I've got to be grateful for everything. No, you don't. That'd be ridiculous. Oh no, but law of attraction says that if I don't like something, I'm not pushing it away. I'm bringing it to me. No, you're not. You're only doing that if you are not doing the shadow work. Yeah? Whatever track. Cry it out, absolutely. Cry it out. Let those emotions out. Admit to them. Oh, needy people. Can't be doing with needy people now. I think that's it, everybody. I think I'm done. It's time to make a video, a weekly video for me. It's almost 10 o'clock. Oh my God. There we go. Thank you everyone for coming along. So good to meet you new people. Ashna and who else do we have? Mandy and can't remember. Thanks for all of your donations. Very much accepted. Thank you for watching my videos and clicking like and commenting on them and all that great support that you do. Sharing them if you want. You'll get there. You'll get there, Ashna. Join our Facebook group if you're on Facebook. It's called Psychic Cafe. No muggles allowed. I'd love to see you in there. We'll catch up. Let's do our homework, right? I'll put this, both sides, a picture of it in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, which is Claire Louise Hay, and my Facebook page, business page, Be Healing. So we can do that homework. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Bye.